In Roanoke City Schools are getting a raise after the upcoming budget was approved tonight by the school board. Administrators also looked at lessons learned from an active shooter drill earlier this year. 10 News reporter Shane Dwyer has more from tonight's school board meeting.
School may be out for this summer, but school administrators and board members are still hard at work. Tonight they were taking care of the budget and making sure that school safety is the best that it can be.
Roll call, please.
Roanoke City School Board members approved the 2020 budget with smiles as they put a major task behind them. The plan includes a more than 3% raise for staff and steps to make the salary scale more uniform.
That's my favorite part.
If all goes to plan by 2021, the average teacher starting salary will go up by almost $2,000, a move the school board hopes will make the division more competitive.
Oh no!
In February, the division hosted a large-scale active shooter drill at William Fleming High School to test their skills. Security Chief Chris Perkins presented the recap Tuesday night, saying they did well in the active shooter phase but need work in the recovery phase, which is what happens after the threat is over. One of the shortfalls was at the Parent-Child Reunification Center, where things were overwhelming, and he says they need to be better at how many resources are available.
Now, I want you to put yourself in the shoes of that parent. How would you feel? How would you feel if Roanoke City Public Schools said, stand over here, we'll get to you in just a second?
They also identified the fact that many school staff think the school wouldn't be responsible for notifying family in the case of a death, which Perkins says would absolutely fall on the school in the midst of chaos. He plans to train the right staff to make sure they can do their jobs if the worst were to happen.
Counselors have to be prepared for that. Our staff have to be prepared for that. Because we need to understand that if we can't account for that student, folks, our staff has to make sure that we provide the proper support.
A handful of parents here that spoke this evening at the school board meeting also were concerned about the search for the next principal here at Patrick Henry High School. They say that they want to make sure whoever is selected for the job is someone who's committed to staying here at the school. In Roanoke, Shane Dwyer, 10 News, working for you.